So we're back with another first impressions video for Marvel Strike Force. This one of course is a bit later than the usual first impressions. I try and put up day number 1, but unless you've been living in a cave, I'm sure you are aware there's some things going on with the community in Marvel Strike Force at the moment. But I've got enough shards to unlock Cyclops. It will be the 3-star unlock. I went quite hard in Blitz. I actually done my matches to get the milestones, and then I dropped down to tier number 1 and I just rotated through the teams. And doing that, you can actually complete the milestones to unlock them pretty quick, so that is nice. So in the video anyway, as is the case with other first impressions, we generally start off with the orb openings. We won't have them of course, so we'll jump into unlocking them, ranking him up. We'll have a talk about his stats. They've already been punched into the spreadsheet. We'll look at his traits. I'll then rank up his abilities and let you know how high personally I'll be taking them, and then from there we'll show off some gameplay with animations, and then we'll drop them in an X-Men team as well. So let's start off, and we'll get them ranked up here. So as mentioned, it will be 3-star we are getting. There we go, the model for him looks pretty nice. That's us. So from here I'm going to rank up all his actual gear, so let me skip past this. So there we go. Unfortunately it really is a baby Cyclops we've got here. It's only 22,000 power and I've really ran out. I've got the goal to take him higher, but with the symbiote Spidey milestones on at the moment, I don't really want to spend more than 2 million a day. I want to pace that all out. So let me go in and we'll actually just quickly talk about his stats here. So his health comes out at a B rating, which is decent for a blaster class, which are generally pretty squishy. His damage is really high, that's up at an A. His armour's down at an E, so that will negate the high health to an extent, so he's not too tanky for a blaster style character. We've then got his focus exceptionally high, it's an A+ rating on that, and it will be relevant to an extent when we look at his kit. Resistance is a D rating, so you'll have a good chance applying debuffs to him, but I'm going to talk about a certain debuff in a moment that won't actually affect him. His speed, if we go down a little bit further, is 108, so that comes in at a C rating there, so very much middle of the road. Now the other part of his kit I was going to talk about, if we scroll down, you can see his accuracy is 200, so that's the same as Daredevil. Now when you're blinded, it doesn't mean that all your attacks miss. What actually happens mechanically within the game is it reduces your accuracy by 100%, so when Cyclops is blinded, you'll still have 100% accuracy there, so that's really going to help him out kit wise, especially when he goes up against the likes of Magneto. So that is the stats. You've got the traits. It's Hero, Global, Mutant, Blaster, X-Men, Latent Potential and Valentine. It's really the X-Men tag is the important one there. If we look at the abilities now, let's jump in. We'll start off with the basic. This one is called OPTIC Blast. So at the moment it's at level 6 and you're attacking primary target for 250% damage plus 50% chance to apply defense down, and if Psylocke is an ally you always apply that defense down there. If you were to max it out you get an additional 50% damage. It's just on a single target. That's not worthwhile doing. Keep that one at level 6. Special, that's called to me, so this one here, 5 turns to charge, comes fully charged. So with this you apply taunt to the 2 most injured, non-summoned, non-primary target enemies. It's a bit of a mouthful, and you call an ally Wolverine to attack the most injured of these previous enemies, and then 75% chance to call an ally to attack the second most injured of the previous enemies. If we scroll down we can see the attack in question does 300% damage, so that's going to be doing huge amount of damage to a single target, and then you've got the other targets as well. Now if you max it out, and I would say it's worthwhile doing just about, you get an additional 50% damage, and yes it's only on the primary target. However, that second attack to the most injured non-summoned non-primary target enemy, it's guaranteed rather than 75%, so I would say that's worthwhile, but it's maybe not the highest on the priority list for Cyclops, but it's worthwhile aiming for eventually. Ultimate is OPTIC Devastation, and this will be devastating. So this one here, let's see, it's 8 turns to charge and you need another 2 charges before you can fire it off. So with this you attack all enemies for 200% damage and apply slow. Damage is increased by 25% per charge, then you lose all charged. Now if you max it out you get 50% damage to all enemies, so it'd probably be worthwhile for that, but also you apply slow to all enemies for 2 turns as well. And in a moment we're going to look at the charged. So when you are fully charged you'll be doing, how much damage will you actually be doing? I think you'll be doing something like 700-800% damage in the region of that, but this one once again, is worth maxing out. So far, that's a special and the ultimate. When it comes to the passive, I would say you want to max this out as well. So there's quite a lot going on here. On turn and on X-Men ally turn, you gain 1 charged up to a maximum of 10%. So every time they have a turn, that's giving you that additional 25% damage for his ultimate. And then when an enemy attacks an ally Phoenix or Dark Phoenix, I really like the flavour aspect of this, you have a 50% chance to attack that enemy for 200% damage. If this character does not attack, you get an assist from an ally Wolverine to attack that enemy. So assists are generally 50% less damage, even though it doesn't state it there. And on ally Phoenix death, you gain a fence up and you change an ally speed bar or Wolverine by 100% there, so you fill him up. Now if you max it out, and again this is worthwhile, Wolverine gains 80% damage for the assist, and on turn and on X-Men ally turn, this is a real important one, you gain +2 charged up to a maximum of 20. So that means rather than getting the 25% on every X-Men character's turn, you're getting an additional 50% for that ultimate. So I would say this is definitely worth maxing out. The order I would probably go for would be the passive, then the ultimate, and then the special. I reckon that's what I would go for there. But that's his kit and where I'm aiming to take him skill wise. So let me now show off his animations. Okay, here we go. I might have to do 2 runs of this because the AoE on his ultimate will take out a lot of characters, which may not leave us a lot of chance to actually see some of their other abilities, to see if he's got unique different animations on his basic attack. But let's fire this off first. Slow it down there actually, sorry about that. I was on ×3 for that. You could kind of see the animation anyway. So next up, let's see, we've got this. We'll probably take everyone out. So actually what I'll do, so I can do it in one go, is I'll use the basic for a few times. Oh wow, that's awesome. Never seen that one before, that's really nice. I like that. Especially for the basic as well. Let's see what we've got in just a moment. Let's speed it up just to get back to his turn. Once again, basic attack here. Same thing again. That's really nice. I like the style of it, the way you see the black silhouette of the character and just all the red. That looks pretty awesome. Wonder if we've got a different animation for the basic. I don't imagine that'll be the one he uses every time. Looks a bit much if it is. Let's see. Same again actually. We'll try it one more time. And let's see if we've got the special back yet. No, we don't have that just yet. We'll have it soon though. Same again. I wonder if that's the only animation he's got, or it could be the fact that he's actually killing them. That's more likely, but that's what it'll be, because if he's not defeating them outright, I very much doubt he'll be using that animation. That is a finishing one, in fact. Let's go for this now, because we've got it slowed down. That's interesting. The taunt there. Of course, because I'm only running one character, it's going before I can do anything, but definitely interesting. Let's go for this one more time. Yeah, this is obviously the finishing animation we're seeing here because it's low level enemies. But we'll finish up with these last 2 guys with the ultimate. We'll finish up with some OPTIC Devastation. And here we go. Visors off, wow. Yep, that's pretty nice, especially his power levels. He's actually 22,000 power and he done 22,000 damage then. It wasn't a crit or anything like that. So there we go, that's his animations. Let's now take in an X-Men theme team against Ultimus and Nexus 5.9 as we always do with these videos, and I'm pretty certain we'll absolutely destroy him. So team wise here then, I've chosen to drop Storm. The assist and the speed up are nice, but you've got the fact that with Psylocke and Cyclops, it's hard to say both of them together, actually quite similar, that you get the defense down on Cyclops basic. And then you've also got the synergies with Wolverine as well that are definitely worthwhile. Here we go, I'm going to put it on ×2 because you have now seen the animations now, and the rest of the X-Men characters have been out for an absolute age. So you've no doubt seen their animations hundreds of times, potentially by now. Okay, let's go for this. Interesting, did that just generate the one attack there, so it's only one target, although that's not a situation you're going to actually be in that often, to be honest. Now there's nothing to fire onto him, so let's just go for the basic here. We'll fire up the taunt. I would like to show off the likes of Blitz or something like that, but due to the difference in power levels between Cyclops and Jean and so on, it just wouldn't work. I would get matched up and Cyclops would get absolutely hammered straight away. Like, Jean's up at 70,000, Cyclops is down at 20. It's just going to create a really odd matchup, and it's not going to be a good indication of how they play. So try and keep it the same by always doing this same stage, just to show off the team synergies, and that's what it's more about, the actual synergies than anything else. Let's slow this down here. You can see charge-wise here, we can click on it. He's got 8 charges already. So does that mean that if I would have doubled up and maxed out the passive, he would be on 16 charges? That's really pretty awesome if that's the case. Here we go. That's one thing with the X-Men team that's a bit of a pity, is the way it works if he's paired up with Phoenix. I think a lot of the time when you do visor off, he's actually going to be invisible casting it. A very small complaint, I'm not too bothered about it, but just a little observation there. Let's go back onto ×2 again. Going to be taking him out pretty soon. I'm going to finish up with fastball special here. Awesome move. Yeah, we did. What a way to finish up. So there we go, that is Cyclops. Let me know if you've got him unlocked. Yeah, I did get relatively lucky with some of the shards I opened. I got 5, I think it was about 3 times or something like that, which was pretty nice, so that did help out. But let me know if you've got him unlocked, what you think of him. And thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon.